this is my audience. So, a few days ago, my uncle was talking to one of his friends about their recent trip to California. They had gone to California for really any reason that a nature-loving couple would go to California. For example, the Pacific Coast Highway, Redwood Forest, an example. During their trip, they had to take a detour, and on this detour, they saw some things they were not able to easily forget. They had gone through a rural area, and in this rural area would once stood houses were charred pieces of rock. What once stood buildings, possibly office buildings, hardware stores, had turned out to be pools of molten metal. Any plant life that had been there had long been replaced by ash. This is a scene that one might be from an apocalypse movie, but it's not. This is part of California's seasonal wildfires, which are as a cause and is the reason why you've seen them possibly on news and so forth, is because of man-made factors. For an example, climate change and also other population. The first one, climate change, is due to, as everyone I'm sure is familiar with, the increase. And by just an increase of 5 degrees, it causes for droughts to become longer, and then for more kindling to be provided, which then in turn creates more vivid wildfires and more destruction, loss of life, loss of homes, etc. The second one is man-made factors. As the population of California grows steadily, it causes for more homes to be put in more wildfire-prone areas, otherwise than putting in areas that are less prone. Some examples of terms that I found the author used within this were data, quotations, and examples. Data is the collection of statistics and other knowledge put through a certain subject. Examples is a situation given for a certain example to create simulated results, and then quotation is a piece of another person's theme, speech, text, so forth, put toward. The author uses data as in when describing bills put toward to preventing wildfire. 57 were created during 2017 in relation to wildfires, and then also in a separate wildfire in 2017, 5,000 homes were burned and destroyed. For examples, the author uses this mainly in his remedies of how wildfires could become less destructive, or at least better contained, of becoming that more incentives would be put on building in less prone areas of wildfires, and then higher taxes and then deductions would be put on construction projects in higher areas of wildfire. And then the author uses quotations as in a comical one in the middle of his paragraph is when he quotes Smokey the Bear of "Only you can prevent wildfires." And then the second example is when he paraphrases President Trump's tweet to an Interior Secretary of California about his ineffective bills put forward in combating wildfires. And then finally, I'd like to leave you with another story that's actually personally from me. So a few weeks ago, I got a text from my cousin, and there was nothing really unusual about the text. It was just a picture and a message. The message read, "Beautiful weather today, isn't it?" And then the picture was a picture of his office, or his workplace. And nothing seemed out of place about the workplace, but out the window across the parking lot, there was a wall of smoke that wouldn't allow any light to go through it or past it. And this just shows a real life example that this impacts multiple people. Thank you for your time.
That was